Hey guys, welcome back to my Snowrunner chill let's play. We are currently on Island Lake and today we should be going to grab all the drilling equipment and bring them all to this lovely little warehouse down here. Now we're going to be using the White Western Star and I'm hoping it should be another uneventful day because there shouldn't really be anything too difficult. It's a bit of an awkward thing. The train around here isn't that dangerous, like, we're only going to get stuck, if anything, so got no risk of tipping. It's just a case of getting to the place. Okay, we have enough power in you. We have got plenty of fuel nearby as well. I think we're going to go to the closer one first, just to get it out of the way, because there's one all the way over there, which is quite a trek, but like I said, this train really isn't that bad though. It's a little bit muddy, that's about it. I do think that these things are 4 slots, I want to say. So definitely going to have to be a little bit careful. Now we're just going to go here just get some fuel. I can reverse it back through here. Should be able to. Let's grab some fuel, put the handbrake on would definitely help. Plenty of fuel in that. Can reverse back the way we came. Okay, that's not how you reverse. Always takes me a while to remember. I'm at the end of this a little bit. Okay. Only I cannot reverse today. Here we go. Now we can just go to the place. I'm hoping we shouldn't be on this region that much longer now, because we kind of got all the trucks we can get on this region. We have got a lot of money though, so we might buy a new one at some point. Definitely big. Pack that all up in there. Okay. Now as for the way to get to the warehouse, I mean, it's pretty much the way we came. Not really that exciting. I mean, it's definitely a big point. Now, you can use the twin star for this mission. It's kind of what they intend you to use, just because you have the twin star on this map. But until we get the upgrades for that, not really looking to use it that much. Just because until it gets all-wheel drive, it is kind of a pain in the ass to get anywhere. Definitely can get to places, but you kind of need the bigger engine on it and all-wheel drive to make it a good vehicle, really. Okay, we're struggling with power a bit. This thing weighs a lot more than I was anticipating. Just considering we literally tore an entire tower down and shoved it in here. Not really that surprising, but definitely going to be a lot slower than I was anticipating, and we should be able to get through this mission without too much issue though. kind of one of the ones which is relatively simple, just a bit long, but I don't mind them too much. We can definitely get through them. There you go, getting all the power. And this truck I actually do really like. Just kind of is like a powerhouse, but if it had the diffs on it, it would be so good. It'd probably be overpowered though, but especially for like an early game truck, can't really beat it. I do think it kind of excels having a trailer on it, just because it gives it all that extra weight on the back, which is kind of where you want the weight. The interior isn't awful either. Definitely don't mind it. It's kind of quite old, but not necessarily a bad thing. Can also see the back wheels quite nicely in it, so especially when we got just that's really poor turning that was. I forgot to go a bit wide. To be fair as well, when we go to Alaska, it probably will get used a decent bit there as well. Just because putting chain tyres on this thing probably is not a bad idea. It's a pain. The only real thing you gotta be careful of is that you just don't spin the wheels too much, because of the lack of diffs means this thing will kind of get itself in a hole quite easily. If it's a little bit light conditions, it can manage. It does manage quite well, only struggles with the worse areas, which base game doesn't have too many of. What am I stuck on? Okay, I just got pinged back for... that was a twig or something. There we go, that's one done. So now we can go... we've got two more. One, we might go to the furthest away one, because then I can get fuel on the way there. Then go to there, so... again, just a bit of a long drive. We'll turn around, it'll be easier. Then we've got the bridge we made, got my other truck which potentially will be in the way. Don't think it'll be bad though. We'll turn around. I don't think high is the gear we want to be in just because it gives you a bit more oomph. Which this thing does seem to lack a little bit. Because I've noticed the front wheel sometimes won't want to spin as well. It's still definitely not a bad truck though. Almost so close to working. It's just a tiny bit too sticky, but definitely I've just got to be a little bit careful. Definitely won't get stuck or anything. This is about as close as we will get to being stuck. You only really get stuck when over like half your wheels are in the mud and your chassis is also in the mud. Good rule of thumb is as long as you keep half of it out, you won't really get stuck. Which is why vehicles with bigger wheels typically do a lot better, because they don't get stuck flasher higher up off the ground in a way. I can't remember how big this thing's tyres are. I want to say they're 47, but could be wrong. I can't really remember. They're not massive tyres though. Roll along quite nicely on them, so that's all that really matters. I do definitely want to buy a new vehicle though, at some point, but how much money have we got? 78. We can afford it, but we will then be dangerous. I want to keep like 100 grand for in case we need it, like trailers and fuel and all that kind of stuff. Once we get 100 grand and over, we can then use the extra money over 100 grand to potentially buy a new vehicle. I do not know. But we also get new vehicles in Alaska in a way, so we can use them. Because we probably won't be buying too many vehicles until the DLC regions, because they pay quite a bit more. And we won't really need money then anyway. About to get nighttime as well, wonderful. I love a bit of nighttime. To be fair, the vibes at night I don't mind. It just makes seeing things a little bit more difficult though. You should definitely make some good progress regardless. Which is the thing I enjoy with this game, is you can always make some form of progress. Albeit you can have some issues occur which can definitely hinder your progress. For the most part, you always make some form of progress. Just like scouting out part of our region, you can still like learn bits about it. Because my main excitement, or the thing I'm looking forward to, with playing some of the newer maps that I have not played, because I haven't played much past like season 4, so we've always got things to keep an eye out for. And the regions I have played bits of past now, it's been like a brief little zoom around. I haven't done missions on them or anything, just when they came out I had a little zoom around in a scout just to see what they look like. That's about all the new maps I've done. And I know we've got some fun maps to look forward to as well, which might test my ability, we'll say. Because we got Amur and what's the other hard one? I think Kona Bonanza, that's quite hard, which is, I believe that's season 1. I've completed that before. I didn't find it that difficult once you know where to go on the ice. Like, there's a few bits of snow which is like impassable. Other than that, it's not too difficult. It's not particularly... it's rewarding to play. It's not particularly fun though, mainly because I don't like snowy maps, which the game being called Snowrunner, not the best thing, but snow maps, I don't know what it is, but just seeing all white doesn't really interest me. I like greeneries, I like oranges, I like that sort, like this. This exact sort of vibe is what I like. Not such a fan of just like white. So I kind of prefer the warmer colours, the warmer looking maps. Snow definitely does have its place though. It's just when you're on a map for a long period of time and it's all just white, I get a little bit bored of it after a while. To be fair, the map, other than that, didn't have much issue with it, so you do get some cool vehicles as well. Which, I mean, if a map has good vehicles and upgrades, I'm more than willing to play it. Now we just got to go all the way back. Yeah, this mission, like I said, it's not really particularly difficult, it's just quite repetitive. It's just going back and forth. Now, you probably could overload and do 2 at a time, but I don't know. We've got a vehicle, A, with a strong enough crane to pick up one of these, nor do I really have the... It's just a lot more effort in it. It's just taking it one at a time. It's a bit longer, a little bit more dull, but we will get it done, so it's the option. Don't have like a heavy vehicle yet. Don't even know when we will get one. Like the Twin Steer is our biggest vehicle. The P16, which is alright, but it does lack power. That's my biggest issue with it. Like if you're going through like flat terrain which has a bunch of mud and stuff, sure it's great. But if you're going up a hill like even this, it would struggle so much. Which is my main like issue with it. I'm really not a fan of vehicles that are low on power. I like vehicles that have adequate power for the size of them. Typically by the power away, because this thing, I mean it's an A, and there is times it has power issues, but in high range you don't really fear them. The high range of this thing is pretty good. I do like it quite a lot. It's a nice high range because it's not like rapid, it's also not slow though. It's probably the sort of speed you want to be going at on this game. Which is not fast enough to cause you damage, but not slow enough to make you want to like fall asleep. Because there are some vehicles which are borderline painfully slow, despite being very capable, but we will use some at some point. My main issue is they're just quite tiring to use, but when we get new vehicles we will be using them, regardless on if they're optimal, we'll say, because I just want to use every vehicle. Some will definitely get used more than others, but it's the only regret I have from when I first played this game is I really didn't utilise many vehicles. I used 1 or 2, and if I needed something else I would use it, but if they could do the job, they would do the job. And I didn't really use trailers either, I just used like the 2-slot flatbed and a crane. And that's about all I ever used unless I needed anything else. So, for this playthrough, as I mentioned previously, I want to be using all different vehicles as much as possible. And also that includes ideally not using the same vehicle, the same jobs. Now, we don't really have that option of changing vehicles, because I mean we've got the paste on this, they're the only real 2 capable like cargo running trucks we got. But now they do the job. And if we didn't have the Paystar, which I bought with the early funds we did have, we would only have this thing really, which would more than would be more than capable enough. But I bought the base stuff because I was like, I need something to A, get me to have this vehicle unlocked, and also something I've not used much that is cheap but not overpowered in any way. Base was quite a well-rounded vehicle though, to be fair. Doesn't really excel anywhere though, because most trucks typically have something they excel at and something they struggle with. Base Star doesn't really have that. It's kind of just a nice all-rounded vehicle that's not, it's not really good at anything, but it also doesn't struggle in any way really. It's thing like, it's probably a more capable truck, but then it lacks the diffs which make it a little bit less capable. Because I mean, we've been in high this entire way, we've had no issue really. And it's got quite a big fuel tank as well. Which is always the funny thing I find is most of the vehicles that are capable and can typically fly through mud and stuff without issue typically have a tiny fuel tank. Like the ANK, I can't remember the name, the ANK truck. That thing is a insanely fast vehicle to use, but the fuel tank's tiny, it consumes a lot of fuel and it has a high chance to tip over. It's not the most reliable truck ever, but if you want to do something quickly, if it's a short journey and you want to do it quickly, perfect vehicle for it. But it's not my cup of tea too much, because I find you spend more time running out of fuel than anything else. Sure, one of the things I would love the game to add is that you can increase the size of the fuel tanks on trucks, but just make it so it lowers the performance of the truck. So then you could have a truck that might do a lot slower in mud and just be a lot slower in general, but has a lot more fuel. That's something I would really like for them to add. Obviously, probably won't, but we've started doing a similar thing where most new trucks now have fuel add-ons on the roof and stuff. So if they could just do more of that, it'd be beautiful. Not, don't know the best way to go. I guess we'll go this way. It's not really that far, to be fair. And once we've done this mission, I think we'll do one more. Haven't decided what yet, because I haven't really looked, but we'll try and get a bit more done today. Let me double check what is actually going to be next. Yeah, it's just, can't do them. Okay, we'll be doing that. I've got to take another drilling equipment. Okay. Don't know. Okay, we can do that next. That's also on brand for what we're doing now, so that's kind of perfect. Shift all the drilling equipment today, pretty much. Then we really haven't got that much left. I know one of the contracts might be a bit of a pain, because it's a long one. And when I played the game in co-op, trying to do it, it still took a decent chunk of time doing it with a couple other people. Because it's a pretty hefty one. Again, it wasn't particularly difficult, it's more just a fact. There's a lot of cargo to a lot of places. With a bit of overloading and some smart planning, we should be alright. Hopefully we don't get stuck in the mud. Because we have gone through there quite a few times, which is definitely making the terrain worse. And then once we've done all the contracts, we've got a couple tasks to clean up with. So then got the contest to do, and then we'll tidy up the map of all the trailers, which probably will give us a nice sum of money. Cleaning up the trailers won't be that exciting. It might even be something I just do in my spare time. But I don't record it because it might be quite dull. Let's see. So it's a very chill thing to do. Really not that exciting though. But we'll still try and get 100% anyway. The contracts will be interesting because I've never done the contracts really. Not the contracts, the contests. Because I've never really bothered with them. But we're going for 100% on most things. Other than I think there's a couple regions where you need to do multiplayer to get the contests. Like 100%ed, so we're not going to do that obviously, but everything else we will do. So this thing really does just like cruise along these sort of like now done damage. Doesn't really have too much issue on this kind of terrain. Just kind of keeps going at a steady pace. Okay, that's a tight turn. Okay. Turn me. There we go. I feel like climbing up there is going to be fun. Got to tear this thing down, and this will be the last one. Turn that off. Now we just got to go back the way we came, which I might actually go this way. Because I feel like it's the quicker way. Hasn't been too bad a mission. Use all your power. Now hopefully we can make it up the hill without too much issue, because that hill did seem quite steep. It does seem quite solid, so definitely not a little hill though. Oh, it flies up it, wonderful. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with this vehicle overall. Definitely does the jobs we need it to, which is all I can ask from it really. other side of that. Don't really want to go through the puddles. So overall, a pretty chill mission, which I will take whenever we can have some that are relaxing and chill, because I know they won't all go this smoothly. I think Alaska will be alright for the most part. The Russian map though, I got a bad experience with that map. Because I know there's a couple missions which are just annoying, and the terrain a little bit more punishing than this map. Definitely gonna be interesting. Come on, keep power up, wonderful. Are we gonna tip? Still. I don't want it to though. Did run a little bit off the road, I didn't actually see that though. Luckily kept it upright though, so that'd be kind of tragic to tip over here. Truck with a crane on this map though, so it's not too bad. Flying along though. Come on. Okay, we're going to struggle. I should have gone on the other side, but I thought this side has not been driven on as much. Turns out though, still quite bad. Okay, we're struggling now. I'll put in a bad bit. I'll try this side, but it's awful. Centre might be the only option, really. Definitely. Is there a contract? Damn, got £6 for it as well. Got a warehouse available. Well, that might save us some time. Harbour delivery. These drilling equipment, which you can get from. We can use the one from here, which we've already got with us, so it makes sense. Is there still fuel in you? There is, okay. On Drummond Island, we have to take it. I believe it's the port. Come out of here, go all the way down along fuel. Oh, it's a long journey, isn't it? Okay. Down there past the trailer mess we made. All the way along down there. Okay. It's all on main road, pretty much. It's the one redeeming thing. I don't think it'll be that bad. Since we're here, we'll take it. And there's one there as well. Okay. I'll put that one there, must have spawned there, I guess. But in case you wanted to just pick it up. I imagine. Right. Could go all the way down this long road. Grab fuel on the way. Should hopefully be enough just to get us at least to the gateway. And to not clip any wheels on the curbs too heavily, because they will do a lot of damage. I'll still be seeing off front wheels. It's my only thing with having a trailer. I focus so much on the actual like truck and where that wheels are, I forget about the trailer also has its own wheels. Which makes a lot of sense, but we'll get there. Can't go back for this area again. Do we get for doing this contract? £5 premium. Yeah, not too bad. I mean, we're definitely making a profit regardless, because we haven't bought fuel in a while. To be fair, fuel's not even that expensive. I think the only thing that's going to be potentially expensive will be if I crash and like do total a vehicle. Even still, I don't know if the price for repairing a vehicle goes up. But we still want to keep the money just on the safe side. So transferring my vehicles between regions will cost money, of which I don't know how much that is. So it could mean we have to be a bit cautious of what vehicles we bring with us to Alaska. Can't I just plan it by ear? Because I don't really know. I don't think it'll be anything crazy expensive. So I just left it on the default. And that, I don't know what the default is. Same as that with the fuel, that's on the same thing. Well, the default prices, I don't know what they are, really, because I've never played with them on. I just like having to spend money on little things. I don't really want it to be like a hard mode as such. That's why like Return to Garage didn't make cost money, because like I could go to space at some point and then I've got to fork out a lot of money for something that I deem not my fault. For the most part. Just keep it steady. That's a dangerous thing. Oh my god. I have just, you know what? I can ride a trailer as much as I want apparently. Yeah, it's a thing. An odd thing I've noticed, I like the clanging noise this trailer makes with the cargo thing on it. Not as good as I think it's bricks. When you carry bricks, they make a wonderful noise. I think it's bricks. There's something you carry that has a nice like noise to it. Which I really like. Same as I like the beams when you take them, they make a little clanging noise which I quite like. So one of the things I really like is I went for a phase of like watching like trucking GoPro videos where like they just have a GoPro as they're driving a truck, and I love all the little like clicking and clacking and all that kind of things. Tickles my brain in good ways, so I like it when games include it. Like when you can hear things like rattling, and it might be a weird thing, but I enjoy it. So even in here you can hear stuff clicking and clacking and all that. Pretty why I quite like this game driving in first person, because in third you get the trailer noise, first you get just vehicle noises. Which is also why I don't have the engine super loud, because the engine, I like a good engine sound as much as most people I assume. This game can be quite overpowering, so I'm not such a fan of that. It's also like indicator noises. Love some of them anyway. Some of them are depressing, but if it's a nice like indicator noise, I love it. Well, I always find it amusing why some people don't indicate, because I'm like, you're missing out on a few seconds of a glorious noise. Just to indicate. It makes everyone happy, and it makes you happy because you get to hear the indicator noise. But some people don't want to indicate, do they? And let's get some fuel. Empty tune. I think we're kind of getting towards the end of the map because things are starting to get a little bit empty. I like a lot of weird noises. I wonder actually, this made me fall or something. Is there a... Yeah, I've got them all out. Like, the only thing I have low is the engine volume. I think it's overpowering. I wish I could turn up that even more. Good sound effects. I love. I guess anything we could do actually, I'll try it, put it in between videos, is turning down everything else and increasing the master sound as well. Could be a way to do it. So we get more sound effects with less of the actual other stuff. Oh, that's a... oh god. I thought you were on the ground, not... okay. Could have done a lot of damage. Dangerous. See, I thought it was going to be more like that one where it's just kind of there. And this truck does do so well. It looks really nice as well. Such a beautiful little truck. Way to get new trucks. I just like having new toys to play with. That's pretty much what it comes down to, like. Options. Try and save a bit of fuel because I don't know. I don't know how far we actually need to go as such, or how far we can go on the fuel we got. Right, Drummond Island we go. I actually don't mind this place too much. Got some tight turns on it and some like thin areas, but it's not that bad. Oh, I hate the fact it puts you here. Well, why can't you put me facing anywhere else? It just puts me to a place that goes nowhere. It's going to be a bit of a long journey. Got a scout. I forgot how to scout him, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it's this way, isn't it? Got a trailer here, and then tie this around. Right, we've got the route. We need to do like a 20-point turn because, like, I think way they could make it better for like the teleporting is to have it so you just seamlessly go through the tunnels. Obviously, this game's quite old, probably not terrible, but if this game, like, let's say a Snowrunner 2 came out, I would really want to have like a seamless tunnel transition. So you go through, does loading in the tunnel, then you come out the other side, you're in the new map. But I feel like that would be so much better. Because I don't mind the maps being like an individual map as such. I just want the transition to be like smooth. Which I will say, compared to PS4, when I used to play it was a lot longer loading times, which was definitely not as fun. Then when I replayed it on PS5, it wasn't as bad in PC. Loading times aren't really a thing, like typically quite short because of SSDs and that kind of thing. Which is a great bit of tech, to be honest, because loading times are... The only thing I don't like about quick loading times is in games like Skyrim and a lot of older games, we'll say, they give you tips, they give you information, they give you something to read during loading times. And a lot of games now still have them, but you don't get a chance to read them because they've gone in half a second, which is my biggest gripe. Because Skyrim, I remember back when I used to play on PlayStation with some of the mods on the PlayStation thing, I would have it so you could get like interesting lore facts as a mod. So therefore every time you're in loading screens, which was quite often, you just get a nice bit of information that brightens your like understanding of the world, and that's like perfect. But I want to replace Skyrim though. I don't think I've read any of them. I haven't read a single loading screen thing. Flashes up, then it's gone. That was down. Okay. Saying that though, I'd rather spend more time playing the game than reading stuff that I could read on my spare time anyway. Because Skyrim is still going to be a game I play regularly until Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, whenever that happens. I think it was like an Xbox reveal thing or something. They potentially teased that the Elder Scrolls 6 might be coming out, but they've done it in a bit of a scummy way if they did, because they basically said this is for gaming. It's a year off the 6s, because you've got GTA 6, which supposedly should come out this year. Will it? Who knows? And then you've got Forza Horizon 6, which is coming out this year. And obviously, some Elder Scrolls fans are going to think Elder Scrolls 6 might be coming out, which I doubt. It's been a while since the trailer was released, so deserve it, but also, even if it does come out, there's no guarantee it'll be half as good as Skyrim. So who knows? The only thing I really want from it is it to be optimised from the launch, because as a main issue I notice with a lot of games these days, so my PC isn't like a brick, but it's not like the top tier stuff. Even still, like, when a game comes out, I should be able to get a solid frame rate on it without too much issue. And I don't even ask for a lot, I'm just asking for like 60 stable. The game look nice, I like this game. This game I've run it at 60 frames, mainly because you don't actually want to run Snowrunner on higher frames, because it actually makes the game more difficult, or something, there's some logic behind it. But yes, I like a solid 60 frames, nice graphics. It's all I'm after from games on release. Whereas I know some people, they want like 120 frames or 140 frames or even higher than that, and I'm just like, I don't even need the game 4K, like 2K or 1440p or 1080p. I don't mind, just give me 60 frames, pretty graphics, I'm happy. And again, for me, like, graphics aren't the most important thing. I just want a game to look nice. It doesn't have to look nice from the graphic perspective alone though. Because some of my favourite games are older games which just have a really good art style. A graphical thing. Which I do feel like there's the potential issue with a lot of new games these days. Because they focus well too much on the graphics, which often look amazing, so they do that bit well. But the art style doesn't do enough, and then if you're playing the game on a less capable PC or even on console, it just looks kind of meh because all the effort went into the graphics, which only a select few systems can run. So yeah, something kind of coming into that issue. So I feel like with the way tech is now, games should be getting more optimised, not less optimised, but I feel like it's more the fact that games are rushed a little bit towards the end, or corners are cut in the optimisation area. Because at the end of the day, you cannot optimise a game later on. It's just the issue is a lot of games, or quite a few companies release a game, might promise they'll optimise it later. Typically they then don't. Some games do, some don't they? So yeah, that's kind of my like. I think I'd rather just brought out an optimised game from launch, pretty much. Now if it's an online game, a little bit more lenient because a lot of that can run into like server issues and that kind of thing. I'm kind of recording this, the Overwatch update dropped. I was planning to record a video on it, but I was like 20th in the queue and I thought, oh great. It went down to 0, I got in, connection error occurred, I'm back in the queue, 300, and the last time it had an update, which was big and had a lot of people hyped for it. Same thing happened, so I've just decided I might as well just record this for a bit. And then later tonight, hopefully once the server's a little bit less crowded, we'll try and get a couple games in. Because I'm very intrigued by the new Overwatch update. Because it could technically gain some more life back to it, or completely kill it. I'm assuming more the first option, but I have kind of trust issues with Blizzard as a whole, so it's kind of one of them. But as of current trends, they've been doing alright. Hopefully if the update's good, you can probably expect to see a lot more Overwatch on the channel. Do I have to connect to that? Okay. Because I mean, it is a game I do play in my spare time that I relatively enjoy for the most part. It's definitely could be a chill game though. It's something I can just come on and play for a bit whenever I don't really have to like super focus on it. It's also one of the types of ASMR content I do watch other people play quite often is Overwatch stuff, mainly because a lot of people who do like ASMR Overwatch content play Mercy, which I find really relaxing just how Mercy plays, but I am awful playing as Mercy. Like, does not, if I see someone I want to be shooting them, like, or hitting them, or trying to kill them. Mercy can do that, but it's not really what she's made for. And the fact as well, if you're playing Mercy, I have a lot of respect for you because you have to deal with essentially being like 90% reliant on your team being competent. as far as I'm concerned from my experience, it's not often you get that. So yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to play some more Overwatch tonight. Should get a video, well the video probably will come out before this one, hopefully. See. Here's the port we need to be at. So, also the journey here, probably one of the easier ones. I think we've got to move that thing at some point. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, what a view. Okay, very nice. But yeah, so we've actually... we've got to move that. Saddle higher. Well, that's annoying. I'm gonna have to bring the P16 over here for that, but metal beams, oil drill rig. Okay. Yes, we go. 4 contracts left. So next episode I'll probably get this one done. And then that one we can do. That's just lost cement, that's not too bad. That's also not too bad, so we can probably get that one done. Get them two done together, and then we can get this one done. With maybe one. We'll see. But anyway, I hope you're all feeling nice and relaxed. If you are, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.